Drifting, smoking Tokyo. Yeah. Neon rain falling on silent asphalt. Engines waking up like thunder under glass skies. And the city feels like it's breathing at full speed.
Street lights breaking into lines like fractured signs. The road was wet, the air was cold. Every corner felt untold, like something was waiting just ahead. Unsaid. No map, no voice, no turning back. Only tire marks on black as the world started to blur around her. The feeling wasn't fear or doubt. It was something I found out when silence turns into motion fast. It lasts only as long as you don't resist. The moment you exist inside the chaos of control. The city bend tonight, under flashing neon light. Every second pulls me deeper into speed inside. I can feel the city bend tonight, like it knows my hidden side. Every turn becomes a signal that I can't hide. Engines screaming through the rain like they're trying to break the chain of every thought I left behind in my mind. Reflections flicker on the glass of everything that didn't last, but somehow still remains alive inside. And I don't remember who I was or what I lost, because everything is fading fast at last. The present feels like pure escape, no fixed shape, just movement carving out the truth in youth. I don't chase meaning anymore, not like before. Now I just let the rhythm take and break every limit I once knew. Every point of view melts into the speed I ride inside.
The world outside becomes a streak. Every sound becomes unique, but still part of the same design and time. I stop thinking, start to feel. Everything becomes unreal, but somehow more real than before, for sure. The pressure turns into flow and I let it go. No resistance left to fight tonight. There's only motion, only sound spinning all around, and I am no longer apart from art.
I am the drift, I am the rain, I am the chain breaking into fragments bright of light.
I can feel the city bend tonight,
like it's breathing through my mind. Every turn becomes a portal left behind.
I can feel the city bend tonight.
No beginning, no design, just the rhythm of existence out of life.
And somewhere in the speed I find a different kind of silence hidden in the raw. Before I thought control was what I needed, but I conceded that letting go was more than right. It's light that cuts through everything I knew and makes it new. Every second that I chase leaves a trace, not where I've been before, but something more, like I'm dissolving into time and rhyme. And I no longer need a name inside this game, because identity feels small and fall into something bigger still. No will to feel, just presence burning through the night. And light,
I can feel the city bend tonight,
as the world dissolves in speed.
Every moment becomes freedom that I don't need.
I can feel the city bend tonight, and I finally understand I was never just a driver, but the land. The city keeps moving, even after I stop. But a part of me never leaves the road. The night belonged to the dreamers. Yeah. To the ones who refuse to go home early. The night belonged to the dreamers. The last colors. The last colors. The last colors of sunset.
lights had disappeared and the city shifted into another gear. Street lights flicker one by one, as if the night had just begun. People feel the boulevards below, following places only they would know. The sound of engines filled the air, mixed with music everywhere. The skyline glowed against the dark, every window shining like a spark, every rooftop watching from above. The chaos, the hope, the love, and somewhere in the middle of it all, I could feel the evening call, like the city had a pulse of its own, a heartbeat carved in stone. The atmosphere felt wild and free, like anything could happen to me, like every road was open and wide, inviting me inside. The night belonged to the dreamers, to the wrestlers in the break,
to the ones still chasing something
beyond the ordinary days. The night belonged to the dreamers,
neon burning in their eyes, running toward tomorrow
under electric skies. Yeah, music spilled from every side, blending with the midnight drive. Every corner had a different song, pulling people along. A group of friends stood by a light, laughing louder than the night, like they had discovered something rare floating in the air. And maybe they had, cause moments like that don't last. They gone before you realize how quickly time flies. I kept moving through the crowd, lost inside the sounds, watching stories cross my path without a map. Every face carried a different goal, a different fire in their soul, a different reason to stay awake and chase another break. Then the bass arrived from far away, like thunder looking for a place to stay. Rolling through the avenues and streets, moving underneath my feet. The buildings echo back the sound as it traveled through the town, turning silence into motion, turning movement into devotion. You could feel it in the air, like energy was everywhere, running through the city's veins, mixing with the rain. The rhythm didn't ask permission, it became the night's condition, a force impossible to ignore, growing stronger than before. And for a moment everyone seemed connected, not perfect but united and affected by the same vibration moving through everything we knew. Bright lights, fast lanes, cold nights, warm flames, deep bass, open skies, big dreams, open eyes. I was passed without a warning, somewhere far beyond the morning. The city still refused to slow, still had somewhere else to go. I thought about the dreams I keep, the promises buried deep, the goals that pull me forward still, beyond pure real. Cause every dreamer knows the cost, the nights spent feeling lost, the moments when the path looks steep and success feels out of reach. But nobody remembers the easy road, nobody writes songs about comfort zone. The stories worth telling begin when you decide to jump in and standing there beneath the glow. I felt something I already know, the future belongs to those who try, even if they fail 1,000 times. The horizon slowly started changing shape, the darkness beginning to fade, but the city wasn't ready yet. It hadn't finished dreaming. The bass still rolled through distant streets, a soundtrack for the sleepless feet, a reminder that the night was real, and so was everything I feel. The neon lights look softer now, the skyline calmer somehow, like the city was finally catching breath after giving everything it had left. And I knew when the sun appeared, the memory would stay here, locked somewhere inside my mind, waiting for another night.
The night belonged to the dreamers,
to the restless and the brave,
to the ones still chasing something
beyond the ordinary days.
The night belonged to the dreamers, neon burning in their eyes, running toward tomorrow
Under
electric sky. The nights belong to the dreamers,
and when the morning finally came,
the fire was still burning,
exactly the same.
the night belonged to the dreamers.
The night belonged to the dreamers, yeah. To the ones who kept moving, kept believing, kept chasing something bigger than themselves. Even when nobody was watching. night became something else. Yeah. Not quieter, just deeper.
The city didn't fall asleep tonight, it just changed its type of light. Windows glowing in the dark like scattered sparks. People move like they were drawn to something they couldn't name it dawn. Every street a different thread inside the web we're led. I walk through unfamiliar ground with that distant heavy sound. Not music yet, not fully clear, but something near. The air felt thick with hidden weight, like the world was shifting state between what's real and what's imagined. Something just happened, and I couldn't turn away. Even if I tried to stay, still quiet, out of sight. The night was right to pull me deeper than before, through invisible doors that don't exist in normal days.
Just midnight away. The night became something else.
Neon bleeding through the rain. Every step I took inside it rewired my brain.
The night became something else.
Smoke drifting through the dark.
Every broken piece of silence left a mark.
I saw reflections on the glass of every moment that had passed. Every version of my face in this place. Some were lost, some were bold, some were young, some were cold. All of them still looked at me differently, like I was more than just a line moving forward in time. Like I was built from every choice, every voice. And for a second I could feel something deeply real. Not fear, not hope, not pain, just change. And that scared me more than loss, more than every cause. Because change means nothing stays in place. But I stayed anyway, didn't run away, just let the feeling rise inside. Then the bass arrived like thunder, breaking everything asunder. Not destruction, not decay, just a wave. It rolled across the empty streets, through buildings and through feet, like the city had a soul, taking control. Every sound became alive, like it learned how to survive inside the chaos of the night and the lie. It wasn't just noise anymore, it was something at the core of everything I thought I knew. Breaking through, and suddenly I understood. Not everything is good or bad or black or white in the night. Some things just exist and breathe and teach you how to see without needing clarity, just to be.
Cold air, bright sky, fast thoughts, slow time, deep sound, wide space, lost mind, found place.
The hours stretched without a name, nothing really stayed the same. The city bent and shifted slow like it learned to grow. And I stopped asking why it feels like nothing here is real, because real is just a word we heard. What matters is the way it moves, the rhythm it improves inside your chest, inside your bones when you're alone. And maybe life is just like this, a sequence you can't miss. Not fully understood, but good in ways you never played before. Behind every closed door there's something waiting to be seen.
In between,
the horizon started glowing faint, like the night was wearing pain, slowly fading in the day without delay. But I wasn't ready yet to forget what the darkness had revealed and healed. Something stayed inside my mind, like a trace I couldn't find, but I could feel it still alive inside. Not loud, not overwhelming now, but somehow part of everything I am, I became.
and maybe that's the point of nights. Not answers, not the lies, but moments that reshape your shape. The night became something else, neon bleeding through the rain.
Every step I took inside it rewired my brain.
The night became something else, smoke drifting through the dark. Every broken piece of silence left a mark. The night became something else, and even when the morning came, something in me stayed the same. The night became something else, yeah, and so did I. I turned my chaos into rhythm,
Yeah. Not because it disappeared, but because I learned how to move with it. It started as a mess inside my head, thoughts I never said, echoing through empty space in my face. Every feeling out of place, no structure, no trace, just fragments of a life I knew breaking through. And I tried to fix it all at once, like I had the chance to control what I was feeling deep when I sleep. But chaos doesn't work that way, it doesn't just obey. It builds, it grows, it spreads in threads inside everything I do. Everything I move through, like a shadow I can't ignore anymore. I turn my chaos into rhythm, neon tears in the rain. Every broken thought I carry still runs through my brain. I turn my chaos into rhythm, smooth drifting through the dark. Every piece I couldn't fix still leaves a mark. So I stopped trying to erase every mental space and started listening instead to what it said. Cause even noise has its own truth hidden deep in youth. Every fear, every delay has something to say. And slowly I began to see it wasn't against me, it was just a different way to stay. A language I never learned, every bridge I burned was just another step I took. Another look at everything I avoided. Every moment I destroyed by pretending I was fine all the time. No escape, no disguise, just truth in my eyes. Heavy mind, silent sound, still I move, still I'm foul. And something shifted in my chest, like I could finally rest. Not because it all went quiet, but I tried it. Living with the noise inside, no longer trying to hide. Every part I used to fear is still here, but it doesn't break me now. I learned somehow to let it flow instead of fight through the night. And that changed everything I knew. Everything I go through isn't wrong or meant to end. It bends like water shaping stone. Even when alone, it carves a path through time. The same, still plays a tennis game. People chasing what they lack, never looking back. But I don't move like them anymore, I don't keep score. I just follow what I feel, what is real. And sometimes that feels strange, like I fully changed, but I'm still the same beneath the grief. Just less afraid to fall, less controlled by it all. More aware of what I am and can. Cold air, dark nights, broken thoughts, new lights. Still I rise, still I see. Like it's not a bad thing, just a pattern in my soul making me whole. Not perfect, not fully healed, but something real built from every crack and scar that I are. And I don't wish it away, not anymore today. Cause everything I've been through made me true. Not who I plan to be, but who I see when I look inside my mind. Defined by everything I survived. Every time I try fix still leaves a mark. I turn my chaos into rhythm, and now I finally understand. Even chaos has its music. I turn my chaos into rhythm. And for the first time, it didn't feel like noise, it felt like me. The sound that never left my head. They learned my silence better than I did. It wasn't music at first, more like a curse, or maybe just a thought that stayed and never faded away. I tried to ignore it for days, switching focus, changing ways, but it followed underneath everything I tried to breathe in and out, calm and slow, but still it
I started walking just to move, like motion couldn't prove the weight I felt inside my chest that never let me rest. Every street became a mirror, making everything clearer. Not outside, but deep within, where it begins. The parts of me I tried to hide came walking side by side, like they finally got the chance to advance. And I couldn't run again, not like I did back then. Something told me stand and see what's in me, so I did without escape. Let the silence reshape everything I thought I knew into truth. And the city kept on breathing while I stopped deceiving myself with stories I made up to cover up what I didn't understand. How the mind demands that you listen when it speaks in peaks of thoughts too loud to ignore, knocking on every door inside the structure of my mind, designed to protect but also trap every mental gap between reality and fear. Still here, but I didn't fall apart. I just restarted the whole, let it beat in different time and rhyme.
The sound that never left my head.
Me, I'm bleeding through the rain.
Every thought I tried to silence.
Still runs through my brain.
The sound that never left my head.
Smoke drifting through the dark.
Every version I abandoned.
Still leaves a mark.
Now I understand the noise wasn't there to destroy, but to show me what I am. Adam, built from everything I felt, every card I was dealt, every moment I survived and stayed alive. Not perfect, not fully healed, but something real, more than what I used to be. Finally free in a strange kind of way, not every day, but enough to see the light at night. And I don't fight it anymore like I did before, I just let it come and go.
Slow.
Because everything I denied, every part I tried to hide was just waiting to be seen.
Within the sound that never left my head.
Me, I'm bleeding through my name.
Every memory I bury.
Still calls me the same.
The sound that never left my head.
And now I don't run away.
'Cause even in the silence,
It taught me to stay.
The sound that never left my head.
yeah, it wasn't noise. It was me. I heard myself in the static. Yeah, and I didn't recognize the voice at first. There was noise where I used to be calm, like something cracked inside the calm. Not loud like chaos outside, but hidden where I hide. Every thought came back too fast, like echoes of the past, talking over each other in my head. Things I never said. I tried to slow it down somehow, but I don't know how. To stop a mind that never sleeps too deep, so I just stood there in the mess. No answers, no success, just me and everything I avoid destroyed. And I realized in that space, there's no real escape, only learning how to stay. Anyway, I heard myself in the static. Me, I'm bleeding through my name. Every thought I tried to bury still plays the same. I heard myself in the static. Smoke drifting through my past. Every broken version of me never fades that fast. I used to think I had control over every part of my soul, like I could choose what stays inside, what I hide. But thoughts don't ask permission, they arrive without condition. And suddenly you understand, they expand into places you ignore behind every locked door. Until there's nowhere left to run, it's done. And now stop pretending I'm fine, stop drawing the line between what I feel and what I show. Let it flow, even if it cuts too deep, even if I can't sleep, it's still part of what I am. Not a scam. The world outside kept moving fast, like nothing ever lasts. But inside me everything slowed and showed that I was carrying too much without any touch to reality, or ground unbound. From what I thought I should be, from who I tried to see, in reflections I created, faded. But now I don't fight it anymore. What I felt before is just information in my mind, redefined. Not good, not bad, just real. Something I can feel without letting it control my soul.
in the static.
Neon bleeding through my veins. Every thought I try to silence
Still runs through my brain. I heard myself in the static.
Smoke drifting through the dark. Every version I abandoned
Still leaves a mark.
And I started noticing the shift. Every mental drift wasn't random, wasn't wrong. It belonged to something deeper than before. Behind every core of what I thought was broken in me was key to understanding how I grew through everything I knew and everything I refused to face in place. Now I don't escape the sound. When it comes around, I listen until it gets clear and disappears. Not gone, not erased from mine, but redefined into something I can hold
And unfold. I heard myself in the static. Neon bleeding, neon bleeding, neon bleeding. Neon bleeding through my name. Every thought I tried to bury still plays the same.
I heard myself in the static.
And I stopped running from the noise. Cause even in the chaos, I found my voice.
I heard myself in the static.
And this time, I didn't turn it off.
When everything became loud inside me.
Yeah. I stopped pretending it was silence out there.
I woke up with noise already there, like it never left the air. Not outside, not around, but deep underground. In places I don't talk about, and thoughts I never let out. Where every version of me lives and forgives or doesn't, depending on the day, depending on what I replay. In my head like broken film standing still. And I tried to act normal again, like it's something I can pretend. But silence never stays clean. In between everything I say and do, there's another point of view, watching quietly from within my skin. And I don't even know when it started, when I became so guarded. But now I hear it all the time in my mind.
When everything became loud inside me.
Neon tears in the rain. Every thought I bury deep still runs through my brain.
When everything became loud inside me.
Smoke drifting through the dark. Every broken piece of silence
Still leaves a mark.
I walk through days on autopilot, smiling just to hide it, like nothing heavy ever stayed in my way. But the mind doesn't forget. Every moment of regret, it stores it in the walls and calls at the worst possible time. Without rhythm, without rhyme, just sudden waves of truth from youth. And I learned I can't escape every mental shape it takes. So I stopped trying to run from what I've done. And I sat inside the storm, let it change my form. Not destroy me, not erase, just replace the illusion I believe that I could ever leave what is already part of me. Deeply,
No escape, no control, just awareness in my soul.
in my soul,
Heavy thoughts,
silent war,
still I move
through the
core.
And slowly something shifted there, inside the heavy air. Not peace, not perfect calm, but the palm holding everything I am. Every crack, every plan, every failure I survived. Still alive, and I stopped calling it pain like something to contain. I started calling it proof for truth, that I existed through it all. Every rise and fall, every moment I believed and grieved. And that made me understand it was never out of hand, it was always part of growth. Both the breaking and the mending too. Everything I go through, shaping something I can see in me.
The world outside kept moving fast, never looking back. People chasing different goals, different roles. And I realized we all pretend there's a fixed end, but life is more like waves. It behaves in ways we never control. It reshapes the soul through moments we don't expect to connect. And every time I thought I lost at some hidden cost, I was actually being rebuilt in guilt, in doubt, in fear, in change. Everything feels strange until one day you just know you grow. Even when it doesn't feel right, even in the night, even when you break apart, you start something new without a name. Not the same, but still you underneath.
empty streets. Heavy mind, broken beats. Still I stand, still I try, still I breathe, still I fly. No, I don't fight what I hear, I sit with it near. Let it talk, let it stay, then fade away. Not everything needs a war, not everything's a door. Some things are just a seat inside me. And I learn to let it flow, even when I don't know where it leads or where it goes. It shows that control was never real, only how I feel, and feelings change with time and rhyme. So I stopped chasing the end, stopped trying to bend everything into a shape. Escape, turn into acceptance slow. Now I let it go, and in letting go I find my mind.
When everything became loud inside me.
Neon tears in the rain, every thought I buried deep still runs through my brain.
When everything became loud inside me.
Smoke drifting through the dark, every broken piece of silence
Still leaves a mark. When everything became loud inside me. I stopped running from the sound and finally heard myself. When everything became loud inside me. Yeah. That's when I realized I wasn't broken, I was becoming. I followed the sound into the unknown. Yeah. Not knowing where it would take me. It started somewhere out of reach, a vibration I couldn't teach. Just a feeling in my bones, calling me through empty zones. The night was quiet but alive, like it was learning how to survive. Every shadow, every light, blending into endless night. I didn't have a plan in mind, just left the world behind. Step by step into the dark, following the spark, and I don't even know why. But something told me don't deny what you feel inside your chest. Let it test every part of who you are, near or far. Cause sometimes answers don't appear, they're just near. I followed the sound into the unknown.
Me, I'm breaking through the rain, every step I took forward.
Rewind my brain. I followed the sound into the unknown.
Smoke drifting through the sky,
Every fear I left behind started asking why.
the city shifted as I walk. Even silence started to talk to the rhythm in the air. Everywhere lights flickered like they knew something I was going through, like the world was watching me become free. And I felt the weight inside start to slowly divide between what I was before and something more. Not perfect, not complete, but still on my feet, learning how to face the night without fright. Every step remove the chain, every moment needs the pain. Not by magic, not by force, but by cause.
Then the bass came rushing in like a storm beneath my skin. No beginning, no defined end, just a band. It shook the walls, it shook the ground. It reshaped every sound, turning chaos into flow. Soft and slow, when I realized in that wave I wasn't meant to be saved. I was meant to understand where I stand, not above and not below, but part of the flow, part of everything I feared disappeared, or maybe just transformed into something warm, something I could finally face in this place. Cold wind, deep night, lost thoughts, new light, heavy sound, wide sky. Still I move, don't ask why.
Every moment felt bent, like reality was thin. From within, I saw reflections of my past. Every moment that I cast, every version of my face in this space. And I didn't look away for the first time that day. I just watched it all unfold, silent, and something shifted in my core. I wasn't everything clear. No fear, oh fear, oh fear, oh fear, oh fear.
I follow the sound into the unknown.
Neon breaking through the rain, every step I took forward.
Rewind my brain. I follow the sound into the unknown.
And I found a different side, not the world I was chasing,
but the one inside. I follow the sound into the unknown. Yeah. And what I found there was myself. The city never asked my name. Yeah. But it still remember my steps. I walked in without a direction, just another reflection in the glass of endless lights under neon nights. Cars passed like shooting stars, leaving traces from afar. Every sound became a wave that the night would save. I didn't know where I was going, only that I kept on going through streets that never sleep too deep. People moving side by side, some with hope, some with pride, some just trying to survive to feel alive. And I blended into the flow like a shadow moving slow, not important, not unseen, somewhere in between. But the city didn't care who you were or what you bear, it only asked you to stay in its way. The city never asked my name. Me, I'm bleeding through the rain. Every stranger felt the same under electric pain. The city never asked my name, but it knew my silent scars, written under broken skies and distant stars. Yeah. I passed a corner full of sound where the bass shook the ground. People dancing without fear like nothing else was near. A stranger laughed and looked my way like we had nothing left to say, but still we understood something good. Not every connection needs words, not every truth is heard. Some things live inside the air everywhere, and I kept walking through the noise, through the chaos, through the choice of becoming part of this midnight bliss. The world felt heavier before, but now it felt like more than just survival day by day. It felt okay. Then the bass grew strong and wide like a tide I couldn't hide. It wrapped around the city blocks like ticking clocks. Every building seemed to breathe like the night refused to leave, turning silence into flame without a name. It wasn't just a sound at all, it was answering the call of every soul that ever tried to stay alive. And for a moment I could feel something deeply real, not perfect, not controlled, but bold. Like every fear I used to know started letting go, just enough for me to see something in me. Bright lights, cold air, lost minds, still care. Deep bass, wide streets, fast hearts, heavy beats. Time moved without a warning sign, blurring every line between what was and what could be inside of me. I thought about the days before when I felt unsure, thinking I was on my own in unknown zones. But now I see it differently. The city speaks silently, not in words, but in the way it sways. Every night is just a chance to learn a different dance, to move through life without control, but with soul. And maybe that's the point I missed it. In the moments like this, you don't need to understand. Just stand. Just stand. The sky began to lose its black, slowly fading back into color, soft and light, and in the night. But something stayed inside my chest, a feeling I won't forget, like the city left a trace of its grace. The bass still echoed far away, like it didn't want to stay, but promised it would come back on the same track. And now I realize, standing there in the morning air, that some nights are more than time they redefine. The city never asked my name. Me, I'm bleeding through the rain. Every stranger felt the same under electric pain. The city never asked my name, but it taught me how to see that even in the chaos, was a part of me. The city never asked my name, yeah. But somehow, it knew exactly who I was becoming.